And it looks like he's slowed down, too, moving, just ran through a stop sign, so certainly not obeying traffic laws, but not speeding quite as much as he was earlier, or the driver was earlier. Pace is picking up a bit. Not a lot of traffic in the neighborhood right now, which is certainly good news. And it looks like we lost him again. The helicopter's pretty far back, which makes it a little difficult, but we'll try and pick it back up again. Ooh, moving at a good speed there, so I'm jump over that dip and bounce pretty hard. This is Elm Street we're talking about right now, in the Watts neighborhood, the driver moving through that area and into Southgate or Southeast. This pursuit started around 9:30 this morning in Carson. There you can see police back on it again. And the driver looks like he's kind of circling in this neighborhood. Oh, okay. And we have our police expert, Bruce Thomas, available to talk about this. Bruce, can you make anything out of this chase? It looks like this driver's kind of staying in this Watts neighborhood.
Yeah, he is staying in the south central part of Los Angeles here. I know it was started by Carson. It looks like it's been transferred over to LAPD.
And multiple LAPD units in pursuit of the vehicle. We've seen the speed range. It looked like maybe at some point he was going 25 miles an hour up to 50 miles an hour.
No, his speed has increased a little bit. He's in an industrial area.
And any word on how many people might be in the vehicle?
No, at this point, we don't have a number. We know at least it's a driver and probably maybe one passenger. Most of the time that they're stolen vehicles, there are multiple occupants. In this case, we'll just have to wait till we can get a little more info.
Yeah, there's always that debate on whether it's worth pursuing people in these vehicles because of the concerns about safety, public safety. The other side of that story is when people steal cars, sometimes they do it to commit more serious crimes. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it is. Usually they're involved in different type of crimes. However, one of the debates that's going on right now is it's a stolen car. It's basically a misdemeanor crime, and it's basically taking one's property. Is it worth chasing with possible uninvolved party accidents?
Right. That's the big concern for police and something they have to balance when these things unfold like this. There were reports that several people did get out of the vehicle, so that's another factor they're probably investigating as well, looking for those suspects. But this chase does continue now, as Bruce said, in an industrial area. And the speeds, at times, dangerous speeds. Let's not kid around. It's certainly not something you want to see in a community where people might be walking around. And it looks like we have lost them again. See if we can pick them back up. Again, this started in Carson, 9:30 in the morning, I want to say. And it was reported as a stolen vehicle, and Carson police picked it up, and then it transferred to LAPD as it moved into the LA area. And the driver was spending a lot of time in the Watts area, but now it looks like that driver may be moving out of that area if we can pick back up on the chase.
John, one of the interesting things is the area they're in geographically, there are no high-rise buildings. So you mostly have a clear view, at least from the airship, of this pursuit.
Yeah, the police airship should have a pretty good view of it. We're quite a distance away, though, and it's a little more difficult for us to get a bearing on where they're going right now. Yeah, and that's the thing. You always wonder, the police have helicopters, and if it's going through these suspects' minds that, hey, there's somebody overhead watching me, am I really going to get away with it? But time and time again, we do see these drivers take off.
Get in here. Yeah, the nice thing is, if there is a nice thing about this, is the fact that it is lighter traffic today. It's still part of possibly people still on vacation. So, and schools are already in session.
Right, right. Yeah, school, I think, came back this week, but as you mentioned, most of the kids are probably in class by now, so we've got that break between the morning and the afternoon. And so traffic is not too bad in this area right now, but that certainly doesn't mean this is a safe time for this kind of behavior. If ever there is a safe time, there isn't. We have lost this driver for now. As you can see, we're trying to track him down with our helicopter. And we're getting word that police have called off the chase for now, but we're going to kind of scour the area and see if we can pick it back up. And again, we were talking about that debate, whether it's worth pursuing a stolen vehicle in situations like this, the threat to public safety. Police have to balance all of those things, and it sounds like perhaps, for now at least, they have backed off this chase because of those concerns. So.
Yeah. You know, the thing about pursuits is you've got to weigh the safety and the seriousness of the crime in those cases.
Right. And right now, the only information we have is a reported stolen vehicle that police were pursuing in Carson that ended up in Los Angeles. And now we are trying to track that car down. And we do know that the Sheriff's Department has a helicopter overhead, and they are continuing to surveil the situation. So they're looking, too, as we kind of scour the area as well. And we're going to keep you updated on this story. We'll continue to follow it. If new developments do occur, we'll certainly report it to you. But for now, that's the latest here from the Eyewitness Newsroom. Thanks for joining us once again.